Hey guys, it's Tiffany Johnson once again, video vlogging. I don't know what it's called. Whatever, you'll get to know me. This is part of my quirkiness. So, welcome once again. I am so excited. I'm going to be leaving here on Thursday to go to UNIVCon. And if you guys aren't familiar, UNIVCon is an annual event put on by Penn State University out in State College, which I'm so excited to be a part of. If you aren't familiar with Penn State, they actually have a paranormal platform. I don't know if it's necessarily a degree, but they have a study program which is really cool, and they have gotten some pretty highfalutin recognition for it. There's a show that's going to be on through A&E, love A&E, love Bravo, love E. I think we've talked about that before. But anyway, it's going to be on A&E called Paranormal State. It should be beginning the end of the year. I would say December or January. But so they've gotten some pretty serious recognition. I believe this is its 7th year, and they do a big event, thousands and thousands of people. And my dear friend Chip Coffey, who's another wonderful psychic out of the Atlanta area, he is the host because he has participated in several episodes of Paranormal State. So I'm so excited to be leaving and taking part of this event. It should be a great time. So if you're in that area, by all means, come see me, come say hi, come get a reading. I'll be doing readings there. I'm so excited. Pinhead's going to be there. Are you guys familiar with Pinhead? Pinhead, I've not watched the movie, but my husband says it's super spooky. So come for me, come for Chip, Pinhead, whatever. Show up. And my dear friends, the Taps guys, Jason and Grant, are going to be out there, so that should be tons of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Immediately following that, I'm coming back for like a day and a half. My poor husband is taking care of my kids, my animal children. Let's be straight here. I'm coming back for like 2 days, and then I'm going to Ghost Stock, which is another paranormal event out in Savannah, Georgia, and it is run by my dear friend, my brother from another mother, Patrick Burns, who's on a little show. You may have heard of him, Court TV, Haunting Evidence. I'm kidding. It's a great show. It's a huge hit for Court Television. He is the techie guy, the guy with the great gray hair. He's a dear man, and he and his wife Pamela have put together this event for several years. So I'll be out there in Savannah. So looking forward to it, doing some readings and speaking and whatnot. So if you're in that area, come see me. But my whole point of talking about paranormal stuff is I want to talk about how psychics work on a paranormal investigation. There's a lot of uproar. A lot of people, you know, there definitely, I'm sorry, I think I have a hair here. There definitely is a debate whether or not psychics should be on investigations from the aspect of, evidence. Here's my take. First of all, as a psychic, what happens to me when I walk into a situation is I will be compelled to go to a certain area more often than not. If it's a home, it might be a kitchen. If it's a building, it might be the basement. It doesn't matter. It might be a roof. I don't know. And so because of that, because of my sensitivity, I'll go to that area. And that doesn't mean that everybody else in my team can't work in a different location. They can, but what happens is all of a sudden I'll be connecting with information. I've learned to trust this. I've been on enough investigations where I've had to put this into play. So I will go to a certain location. All of a sudden, more often than not, I'll start getting downloaded with information, whether that be the earthbound spirit's name, age, how they passed, what they want to communicate, all sorts of stuff. What can then happen is the equipment, the electronic equipment, whether it be a K2 temperature meter, whatever, videotape, EVP, whatever it is, they can come over and start taking readings and start dialing into that, seeing if, what I'm getting is not a one-time hit, if it doesn't come in and come out. Maybe gathering evidence that's more tangible, more scientific. And so what really a psychic can do is lead the team to get more results or better results or more in-depth results. And often what can happen then too is as I'm getting downloaded, or if a psychic is getting downloaded, and I kind of assume that it usually works or transpires the same way for most sensitives, is somebody else can be jotting down the historical things that I'm getting. Like I said, the age, the name, the dates, the year that they passed, how they passed, the trauma, the drama, the whatever, all of these things. Somebody else can be jotting this down. And then you can go back and do the research and absolutely prove or disprove, because sometimes that does happen, because psychics do work within their confines. I might interpret a tree as meaning springtime and growth and happiness, and an entity might be communicating a tree of harvest, or it might be the tree that they were hung from. So there is some interpretation stuff, but we can go back and research that up or down. I mean, whether it pans out or not. So this is why psychics can be integral to an investigation. Now, understandably, the science behind why and how a psychic gets their information is kind of out there. I think it's the same way that we would have to define how does a person think. Don't know, because everybody does it differently. But it doesn't mean that we don't think. And so I think kind of in the same vein, we have to understand that psychic information is just as good and can be just as credible as long as we can tie in some more tangible evidence to that. So that's my standpoint on that. Now, I want to speak to those that are sensitive, that are psychic, that do go on investigations, because I get a lot of emails from y'all saying, oh my God, I come home, I'm so drained, I'm so upset, I'm so emotionally overloaded. Yeah, well, look at what you're doing. You are completely walking into often a violent situation. I'm not saying you're violent, but often something violent has occurred in that location. Completely opening yourself up to it without taking some psychic precautionary methods. Do this for me. When you go on your next investigation, and I would recommend this for anybody, psychic or otherwise, I always think it's very important to bring a cross. For me, I am absolutely a Christian. I always call myself an enhanced Christian because my beliefs aren't limited just to Christ and Christianity. But I believe anything that is pious is absolutely imperative for you, just your sanity, your balance, but also if you run into anything that is a little bit negative, that is a little bit lower level energy, they have to respond to that. So I think a cross is very important. I know, speaking of Chip Coffey, my friend, he and I both carry the Archangel St. Michael prayer with us. And we say that before we enter into buildings or haunted locations, homes, whatever. Again, it just protects you and raises your vibration up so that if something lower level comes around you, that you are not going to be pulled into that. Okay? Lastly, something that I would recommend is that you carry, and this is going to sound pretty vague, but a black stone, whether it be black tourmaline, onyx, oh heavens, hematite. All of those three stones in particular really work to dispel or repel negativity. So what that does is it helps fortify your auric or etheric energetic bodies, so you won't have those things kind of coming in and bombarding you and ultimately getting into your physical body. It will help dissipate anything trying that you might get into. So those are just 3 little tips to help keep you protected on an investigation. I hope that they were beneficial. Look for more. I'm sure I'll come back to the paranormal topic as things kind of come up more and more. You guys have a great week. I'm really excited about these events. If you're in the area, by all means, come out, say hi, wave me down, tell me you saw me on YouTube, or tell me you saw my video blogs. I'd probably fall over laughing. But would love to meet each and every one of you. If you have any comments, suggestions, questions, things you'd like to have answered, I'm absolutely going to do mini readings here as soon as I can kind of like get through some topics. But send them now. If you have a mini reading that you'd like me to address on my blog, email it to me. I need specific questions, people. Nothing about, just don't say, just tell me about my future, because you have 30 years of future, and it would take me about 13 hours to talk about it. So real specific questions, send them to me. I would love to hear from each and every one of you. You guys have a great week. Look forward to talking and meeting all of you. I guess that's all I have to say. Take care. Happy Halloween if I don't talk to you before, my little ghouls and goblins. Take care now. Bye-bye.